And happy Friday to everyone from a rainy Pennsylvania, and sorry about streaming and then stopping there. My headset went out on me. Not a good thing when you are trying to stream. And welcome to Kickin' Butt and Taking Names. We are out in the Peterbilt 567 from GTM. We are sitting here at our garage in Phoenix. Our first load is going to be taking us over to Albuquerque. What we do need to do is go get our load over at Walbert. So without any further waiting, let's climb into the truck, get her fired up, and get going. Oh yeah, the technical issue has been solved. And one thing I forgot to do before I started was get my point of view here in the cab situated, so let me do that here very quickly. And it's more so of getting the mirrors adjusted to where I like them. And definitely want to see as much out of these as possible. You don't want to be looking at stacks all day long. A little bit down there, and now we need to do a little bit on the wheel, and then we'll be set and ready to go. And this is more so of where I'm sitting here in the truck, so we're gonna do that, and yep, we are set. So without any further waiting, let's get going. Underneath the hood today, we do have a Cummins N14 and an 18-speed transmission. Yeah, so what we did here, normally you guys see me, I'm starting out at the company. Well, we had just gotten into work, got the truck pre-tripped, and now we're gonna go grab our first load. So basically you guys see what goes on before I normally start my stream, and that's grabbing the first load. Yeah, we do have the Heritage Edition of the 567 setup. I mean, I could have went all chrome, but we're running kind of like a candy apple red today and a white paint scheme. Dashboard mod that I'm running, that is from Piva. Now if you guys happen to run a dashboard mod and you know that it does work but it is showing as gray, what you need to do is move that to the top of your mod manager and you should not then have any issues. And the good part about this is we don't have that little guard shack sitting there, so hopefully we should be able to get in here, pull out onto the road just a tiny bit here, and let's get our butts backed up. We're gonna do one little pull up here today so we can get straight in the slot and then we're good. Hey Toucher Rule, how's it going today? Ah, you're welcome, Rob. Yeah, I had a couple of friend requests sitting there. Random friend requests I normally do not accept, but I did take a look through and make sure I found out which one that you were. Now, one thing with that, Rob, if you ever want to send me a message, 9 times out of 10, if I am not working, my Steam is online, but I show invisible because I don't mind doing it, but with over 100 friends on my list, I can't be doing tech support for everybody. So that's part of the reason why I keep myself invisible. And let's see how many more times I'm going to stall the truck today. You pretty much cannot dump the clutch in this, especially in the 567. So you got to ease out of it. And pulling out of Walmart there, I dumped the clutch twice in a row. So yeah, Cody needs to learn how to drive again. Oh, Washington's going to be a release day buy for me no matter what. Even if I am not at home, as soon as I get home, it will be a buy. And normally I'm using the Alcoa rim pack today for the Peterbilt rims. Normally when I put these tires on this truck, I paint them black. Today I'm leaving the sidewalls on these white. Hey Mike, how's it going there? Okay, Robert, if you want to do that, you are more than welcome to. Colonel, what is up today? Great to see you there on Mixer. Doing awesome like a possum. It is pouring like the dickens outside, but other than that, we're doing quite good today. Doing awesome like a possum. How about yourself down there in the big old state of Texas? I definitely do appreciate that, Robert. And one thing you guys may have seen, thank you so much for the hosting there, Colonel. I do appreciate it. But the Nightbot messages that have been coming up lately, you'll notice that I took out the PayPal Me link, and also, hopefully, if for some odd reason it keeps showing up in the description, and I'm going in and taking that out. One reason for that is my previous PayPal was having issues, so I do have an older one that has my real name and my real location where I live at in there. I'm debating on whether or not if I want to put that on there. If I do, definitely I will put those back into the descriptions of the videos. I do not have a date on that, Mike, but the rumor and consensus from the community is either it's going to be released with 1.35 or shortly thereafter. And for those who have been around, I've actually mentioned my real name here on the stream. I'm not going to mention my last name or anything like that, but Coda is a name that I go by online. But if anyone wants to know my real life name, it is Brian. Coda just sounds so much better than Brian though, so kinda that's why I use it. .35 is currently in closed beta testing. With 1.35, SES did mention it would be in closed beta for about 3 to 4 weeks, and then it would release into a public beta that would last 2 to 4 weeks. So the earliest we would see that was right around the beginning of May. Yeah, the thing is, if it comes out May 1st, that will be fine. I will be streaming that day. May 2nd, I will not be streaming. I've got my end of the year bowling banquet for Thursday nights, and I leave May 3rd to go to Las Vegas. So and I will be gone from the 3rd till about the 12th or 13th of May. So if it comes out during that time, yeah, I'm gonna kind of be out of luck on streaming as I am not gonna be home. Yeah, no train horns on the truck today since I am running the roof fairing. I did not feel like running a mid-roof. Well, actually, it would be this cab without the roof fairing in order to get the train horns. That was not needed today, so we're stuck with the default horns. Not that big of a deal. And then, Robert, since you are going to be buying me Washington, what I am going to end up doing is the day that Washington is released and I am home, I am going to give away a Washington DLC. How's that for giving back to the community? Dominique, how's it going today? Graphics wise, as I mentioned, I am running a reshade mod, so it gets rid of all that yellow hue into the game. And then I'm also pretty much, I've got some settings tweaked here. I am not running ultra, but I am running on high graphics. And the biggest thing though is going to be the reshade that I'm running to get rid of that yellow hue. Yeah, now I just need to figure out for the giveaway, does anyone know of a program to have a random person selected from the live chat messages? Or should I upload a video and say, you want to win, leave a comment down below? Because I know there are random comment generators that you could plug a video URL into for a winner to be selected. And depending on how much Washington is, right now the plan is just for one Washington DLC to be given away. Depending on the cost, I may actually give away multiple copies. What video card do you have, Dominique, and what is your processor? What is your CPU? Is it an Intel? Is it AMD? And what model of a CPU? Like, I'm running a Core i7 7700. Are you running Ryzen, an AMD FX? Are you running a Intel Core i3, an i5? And then I also would like to know the model of your graphics card. If you're running on integrated graphics, you're probably not going to be able to squeeze much more out of it than what you already are. Hey, Bobo, how's it going? Oh my, we are overweight. 1,282 pounds overweight. Well, there's not much you're going to be able to do with the processor unless you buy a new one, and if it's not compatible with your current motherboard, then the motherboard would need to be swapped out also. And let me ask you this, Dominique, where you plug in your keyboard and mouse head on the back of the tower, is that also like in that area? Is that where you're plugging in the monitor, or is it below that in like a dedicated slot? Welcome back, Colonel. Okay, then you are running a integrated graphics. You more than likely will not be able to squeeze anything more out of that. Oh, AI. At least we didn't hit Mr. Trooper. Oh, and then I almost got taken out by a four-wheeler. How about that? I'm not saying that you can't game on an entry-level PC that has integrated graphics, but it is not the greatest for gaming. one thing that you are able to do is most motherboards these days already come with a PCI Express slot. So what you may want to do in order to improve the game a little bit is buy a dedicated graphics card. It doesn't need to be anything expensive. One thing that I would recommend is either a GTX 1050 Ti or maybe a 1060. If you can afford it and you want a little bit of headroom for the future, you can go with a 1660. And then the AMD counterparts will be the RX 570, 580, or 590. Yes, we're in the 567 today. We are going to rail export. I was wondering where the heck we were going to. And with rail export, that's either a hit or a miss on whether you need to blindside back. And I cannot remember if it's the new rail export that's here in Albuquerque or if it's the old one. If you go to the SCS forums, you will find a link in the thread that will link you to a Google Drive page. Just click the downward facing arrow. It will download a zip file. Just drop that zip file into your mod folder. Roger that, there, Colonel. Brayden, we are in GTM's Peterbilt 567 today. That was my bad there. Was not paying attention. And this is one of the new rail exports, so we're going to have plenty of room to back up. Apollo, how's it going today? Welcome to the live stream from Romania. You're going to want the Gallimum edit for the VNL 860. Tom Dooley does have an accessory pack out that does add some accessories to the truck. Yes, I am, Apollo. Alright, where should we go, guys? We've got Eugene, Reading, Yuma, Vegas, and page number 2, more Vegas, back to Phoenix or Alamogordo. First one that messaged where we're gonna go, that's where we're taking the load. Thank you so much for the subscribe there, Apollo, on YouTube. I do appreciate it. That will go into your mod folder in Documents, American Truck Simulator, and just drop the zip right in there and activate in your mod manager. Well, if you guys don't choose, I'm going to go to Vegas because I have not been there in a while. So there it is, Vegas it is going to be, even though we're going to go back the same way that we came, at least until we get right here to Flagstaff, and then it's going to all be new. So we're going to go ahead and take that one here. You're about 6 or 7 hours in front of me, so that's putting you midnight or so. Well, with owning your own trailer, Robert, you get a backhaul pretty much just about everywhere with a dry van or a reefer, even if there's not a general freight, whether it be yogurt or meat or butter or something like that. You always have used packaging or empty pallets, normally out of any company here in the game. 18 Gears, what's up? I am doing awesome today. How about you? Riot, how's it going today? Oh yeah, I did not have to work today, so yeah, I normally do not work the weekends, so it's like every week I get a 3-day weekend, but I guess that's kind of the advantage of scheduling myself. Back when I was driving, and this was more so happened when I was pulling flatbed, 9 times out of 10 I would not load out of the same place that I was dropping at. I would have to run up to 300 miles in order to get my next load. Whoa, new pen, what the hell are you doing? I guess he was kicking butt and taking names. That I am not sure about, Dominique. I am not a modder. The only thing I know how to do is paint skins. What do you mean by cinematic view there, Riot? You mean like the view that I'm in right now showing the outside of the truck? We are in GTM's 567 18 gears. Well, the whole truck, the VNL 2.17, that whole zip folder, drop it into Documents, American Truck Simulator, Mod folder, and then activate it via your mod manager before you load into your profile. Yeah, we're gonna be a little bit of a left lane outlaw here because AI traffic in the game, for some odd reason, the cars will do 75, trucks never do. Once you learn how to do skins, they're really not that hard. Basically, the worst part of doing a skin is doing multiple layers for decals. So, say on the Transland skin that I did that's on the workshop, the truck numbers on the front are on one layer. The Transland logos is on one layer. The GVW and the ICC numbers are all on another layer. So basically, if you do need to go back and edit anything after you check the skin, you're just working on one layer and not having to redo a whole skin. You're going to right click on the zip and copy if you want to do that, and then drop it into Documents, American Truck Simulator, Mod. The 567 Peterbilt from GTM. This truck is available on the Steam Workshop. You know, so I do not get on like autocorrect.com and stuff like that, sending really weird messages or something that's going to make you laugh your butt off. I turn autocorrect off. So if I go to type pencil, it's not going to type something completely different. Like the name of a male anatomy part. It's the weekend riot. Do not worry about school. That is, unless you like have a huge project coming up. That is correct, Dominique. Yeah, you would start American Truck Simulator, click Mod Manager once you're at the splash screen. And then you will double click on the Volvo, move it into the right hand column from the 3 column on the left. That means the mod is active and you will be able to buy it at any of the Volvo dealerships. If you have other mods in there, just type Volvo and see if it shows up in the search bar at the top. Hey David, what's up today? How's it going? Were you already in the game when you dropped that mod into your mod folder? Yes or no? Doing awesome like a possum, pouring outside, but hey, I'm inside staying dry, and we are kicking butt and taking names. If we get hungry, we're just gonna stop one of those Domino's trucks and raid the trailer for some pizza. What you can always do, Dominique, on installing mods to ATS, since I cannot see exactly what you are doing, I do recommend watching a video. Junior Senior Gaming did a very good one on how to install mods for ATS. I can't link it right now. Just do a search for Junior, that's JNR, then Senior, SNR, install ATS mods, and their video will pop right up. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I got a scratch on my leg here, so I'm going to get the cruise control set. We'll do the last 13 miles an hour or so with our resume, but I got to get this little itch scratched here. It's bugging the heck out of me. Yeah, thank goodness for cruise control, because the truck will accelerate on its own since we're already in 8 high, and I can use my feet in order to scratch the itch. Yeah. The mod that Dominique is downloading is the VNL 760 860, the Gallimum edit. That is just a zip folder that you drop into your mod folder. It does not need to be extracted. The worst mistake that I ever made when I was packing up a skin is I put a zip inside of a zip and wondering, why the hell isn't the skin showing up? That would be why. No, it's alright, David. You arrived a little bit later than things, so you really had no idea what was going on. And yes, I know I am speeding. I'm hoping I don't get a driving award, but if I do, there's really not much I can do about $900. It's not going to make or break me. There we go. Now I don't need to worry about any driving awards. They can't have my CDL no matter what. is that a cockpit just for American Truck Simulator, or is it for other simulation games also? I mean, I have fatigue turned off unless I specifically want to run it like I did the other day. Otherwise, I do keep fines on. And the game does give you about a 10% leeway. So basically in a 55, you can get away with 59 without getting fined. Normally I keep it around like 4 miles an hour above the speed limit to avoid any issues. Yeah, the biggest one I get fined at is here in Kingman, because you go from 65 to 55 and then it drops to 25, and it's very, very quick. And if you drive like me, Robert, that's probably my biggest offense is speeding tickets. Well, I did run ATS. I didn't stream it because I couldn't figure it out, but I have ran ATS on triple monitors. Right now I'm down to dual until I can get another one, but triple monitors for this game was amazing. it going today? What's always funny is if you run this road in multiplayer and you happen to come across someone who doesn't know about these turns here, you're gonna sit and watch them roll right onto their side. They're trying to take this at 70 or 75. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, it's pouring like the dickens outside here. Now, I will watch Darwin's videos for the ATS multiplayer funny moments for, ETS2 funny moments for ETS with Darwin. Is like, are you serious? Are some people that much impatient that they start running through everyone and everything? And then you look at some of the real life car crashes that happen in Europe, it's like, and then you compare that to the ETS2 videos, and it's like, yeah, they're that crazy. Take care, David. Have yourself a good one. And guess what? I totally screwed that back up already, even before I got into the door. Alright, let's see where we are going to go to next. Carson City. I have not been there in forever. Let's go ahead and take a load of TVs over to Charged. And before we start our trip, though, I am going to duck over to the garage. We need to get ourselves some go-go juice. And, Coda, you just turned the wrong way. Here I was thinking I was on the front of the building, not the backside. Oh, that would be nice too. I mean, of course, there would need to be a new licensing agreement in order for us to get those trucks. Frank Peru did do a W990. Harvin is in the process of getting that truck reworked, so it will be a little bit more playable. Ah, damn, we can't see much, really. without PACCAR, we would not have American Truck Simulator, because they were the ones who had, the makers of the 579, 389, W9, and T680. And I think the hope was, looking at some of the older blogs, especially the one in regards to licensing, when they showed off the Freightliner Cascadia, the 2016 model, and then the VNL 760 that we just got in November. The VNL they wanted as a release date truck. I do not know what is going on with the Cascadia. However, they have shown a teaser of the 2018. There's been nothing on that since. Oh, I would love to see an official Anthem in game. And the only two brands that have not been licensed so far, just in general terms of manufacturer, is Western Star and Mac. And of course, Western Star is owned by Daimler North America, same company that owns Freightliner, and then you've got the other one taken care of there, Robert. Fluffy razors, huh? What the hell is that? I should put Gabriel Iglesias on there. He's the fluffy guy. Hey, Martin, what's up today? How's it going? And I am no general, I can assure you that. Peter Carr 567. As I mentioned, you guys have heard me say that my brother runs a Kenworth T680. When I dropped him off to go, when he went back out on the road on Tuesday, I took a peek at his miles per gallon on his truck, 8.1 mpg. That is astounding for a Class 8 tractor. Well, the one company that always runs Macs, and they are a national carrier, Sharky Transportation. And Transland is buying Mac Anthems also. That's the truck that I actually made that's on the workshop. That's based off of a Mac Anthem that they showed off on their YouTube channel. Oh, the T680 General. Gotcha, Martin. Stupid AI back there on could not go faster than 55 in an 80. If they would have been going the speed limit, I wouldn't be in this long haul of traffic. It's like, really? Come on. Yeah, the brake checks are ridiculous too. Well, 135 on top of the features that we're going to be getting, I'm sure there's going to be bug fixes in that also. If Western Star ever gets licensed, the one truck I do want to see from them is the 5700. And it's more like reprogram the AI so it's not based on European traffic. I also hope that International is not going to be nitpicky with the Lone Star. Granted, yes, mistakes can be made during the building of the truck. I just hope it does not get delayed. Hey Ron, how's it going today? Great to see you. You know, someone was actually complaining on the forums about the AI trucks getting side by side like R&L and the one in front of us, and neither of them passing each other. I guess he didn't realize how often that actually happens in the real world. Yeah, I do hope that no matter that International does approve it. That's more of what I meant to say, really. Ah, crap, and we're in the wrong lane. Oh, fake DX is fake DX11. Oh, there was a huge difference between that and what I was running previously from Yanred. It's like, oh god, there ain't no way I'm getting rid of that now. And I don't need to run my scale at 400% anymore. I'm actually down at 300%. And even on my system, even though it's a little bit beefier, starting to get dated though, it's actually very, very smooth. There was a bit of gray back there. I have 100% map exploration done on this, but apparently I missed that service station, repair shop back there. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell did I do that? that would be quite interesting, but also an adventure. How does it keep doing that? Yeah, one thing I'm wishing for in 1.35 hasn't been mentioned yet, but a good majority of the roads in ATS are smooth as could be. Why not give us little bumps and stuff and potholes? In concrete interstates, unless they are brand spanking new, they are rough as can be. Hey, Sparko, what's up today? Yeah, I'm gonna blame YouTube for no notification. Do you back up your profiles? None of my profiles are linked to the Steam cloud. There's probably one that I should, and that's this one here. It's the one I normally use for streaming. I have my multiplayer profile. That's probably another one I should link to the cloud. And then I just have one plain Oregon. That's the one that I ran the LT on the other day. Has absolutely nothing on it. One garage and basically all the dealers discovered in Oregon, and that's so I can do mod testing on that profile specifically. The problem though is if one of my SSDs crash, I don't have those mods backed up, and I pretty much going to be SOL if one of my hard drives go, but that's not a big deal. Most of my mods are from the workshop anyway. How about that? We passed Smokey Bear and we didn't even get a driving award. And that's great if you have a separate profile for that. It's perfect for mod testing. And then also if you want to run betas without screwing up your main profile, go ahead and download the beta and run that profile. And that's one reason why I do have that. More so it's my multiplayer profile that I will run the beta on. So, and I'm not in Truckers MP a whole lot, so I don't mind it. Plus, if I ever want to get in there, I can always downgrade and back the profile up. participate in the betas because I like to know what features are going to be coming. Chris, how's it going today? Long time no see. I was going to ask you, the guy that dropped the transmission in your truck, did they get that rebuilt and you get back in that cab, or they keeping you in the other one? Blindside into this place. This is going to be fun. And here's the funny part. We do not have enough room to turn around here. Alright, let's see how bad I'm going to screw this up. This is gonna be my goal here. Hey, we're actually doing good. Start catching it and we should be all right. Yes, sirree. Alright, we're just gonna get back here. I need a little bit more room to finagle this here, so... Actually, I do not want to be a beta tester. That is surprising. I mean, granted, yes, you get early access to things, but then, and also the DLCs you normally get for free, but the amount of work that is involved, I mean, I don't have time for it. Oh, Coda, you idiot, turning the wheel the wrong way. Well, how about that? It didn't take me 20 minutes to do a blindside for once. Alright, let's take a look and see what we got freight-wise here. Is there... that actually wouldn't be a bad trip, just go across 80, but that's going back to California. Let's go ahead and take a load of office supplies up to Walmart in Medford. We've got a important delivery. It's got to be there, looks like tonight and early Saturday morning. Definitely going to have enough time, and that $2.99 going across to Reading, that is a very interesting road. Oh, and speaking of $2.99, that's going to be there's going to be a new road that's going to be coming off of this interstate junction right here. That's going to run up to the 140 or this $2.99 here. So it's going to run from here up to here. Is one of the new roads that we are getting in 1.35. Another one that we're getting is we're going to go from Medford to Klamath Falls and finish off the 140. And then up here from Eugene, they are adding in another road from Eugene to Bend. Even though we've got 20, they're adding another one. Honk if you're horny. That's what my brother would say. I appreciate that, Robert. For those who are just joining the stream, you notice that Robert there is going to be buying me Washington once it releases. I am going to be giving back to my viewers, and I am going to be, minimum that I'm going to be giving away is going to be 1 copy of Washington. Depending on the price of the DLC, I may be giving away up to 3 copies. Just so you guys do know, so when Washington is going to be releasing, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you get a notification. And if I am around on release day, I will be doing those giveaways on that day. More than likely. In 135 right now, if we go by the time frame that Mohegan has mentioned, and he said that today in the Steam discussions, that 135 for open beta is going to be releasing early May, and it's going to be in open beta for 2 to 4 weeks. So that puts a release at 135. If we go the 4 weeks, we're looking at the end of May. The 2 to 4 weeks, we're looking minimum mid-May. But that all depends on how many bugs that the community does find. The average open beta that I remember so far has been like 2 to 3 weeks. So we should be having 135 by June, and even though we don't have a release date as of yet, more than likely I can see Washington dropping by no later than July 4th, and the release date for Washington, 99% chance it is going to be a Thursday. That's way if there's any major bugs that they do need to get fixed right away, they can push that update out on Friday and then come back into work on Monday and deal with the other bugs. More than likely what they are going to be adding with that for the discount, I have no idea. With Oregon, it was the Classic Stripes Paint DLC. I mean, can we use more paint jobs? Yeah, probably. Do we want to overflood the DLC page with them like ETS2? No, I'd rather not. And I had called this $299. That was my bad. We're actually on $395. I'm getting pretty, I'm gonna say excited, for lack of a better term, that Washington will more than likely be completely on DX11 for rendering, whereas Oregon and New Mexico are on DX9, also with California, Nevada, and Arizona. The older states are going to be touched up to get to DX11. I can't see them keeping those on DX9. But once the game completely gets to DX11, there is going to be some major improvements. Is that around the Seattle area? Roger that. One feature I would like to see that, besides dynamic weather, of course, is going to be the ability to slide tandems on the trailers. I'm not sure if you're going to get all the cities there, Robert, but I can definitely see Kennewick being in one of the cities that we're going to get. And it seems like, with the exception of California, each of the states so far has got 14 cities in it. Driver, you get the good old one-finger salute. And I'm very curious with Washington of how they are going to do the non-DLC dependency that Pavel mentioned. And are they going to do a rail system? Because we're going to have that in the game already, so your rail exports. But as from what I understand, we might be having ferry transport in Washington also to get to one of the islands. Or that is just decoration that they showed in one of the photographs. Hey Thomas, how's it going today? Not here, it's pouring outside. There is a mod out there, a trailer mod that hauls nuclear waste. That would be kind of interesting if somehow that was added into the game. Welcome back, Ron. Yeah, we don't have a cat purring today, but we have a coming apart roaring. Well, one thing I do like what's going on is that they are adding more and more loads to the game, so we're not hauling the same things over and over. I mean, it's more so about variety than it is quantity and variety. And of course, you got to add quality into that, but we take a peek inside the wagon. you're not seeing anything, so, I mean, just give us more loads, basically, and that is taking place finally. And it seems like Washington is going to be pushing the logging industry again, along with farming. Now that is a gorgeous view looking right out the front there. Awesome sunset. And how did I know we were going to get pulled into the port of entry way station? You know what's interesting about this way station here? Even though it's attached to a rest area, you can go either to the left or to the right on getting weighed today. So we're going to go to the front. I did go to the back previously, but this is very, very interesting. And are we legal? Hey, how about that? 75,000. Well, they do have some American beta testers. Rock and Roll Dave is one who is an actual truck driver also. So his input, sure, is taken not so much in like a bad way, but maybe listen to more than others. Roger on the barges. Well, the traffic definitely needs to be fixed as it's more Euro-based than American. Yeah, we're supposed to, the rumor, the rumor is the second state this year is going to be Utah. Alright, we're going to do one more load here, guys, but I am not running down back into California. Let's see what else that we got here in Medford. Well, that's good. Let's take a load. I'm going to go up to Astoria, but what I am going to do is instead of running the 5 all the way, we're going to go up to Eugene. We're going to cart across here to Newport, and then we're going to run up the 101. We're going to see if we can get stuck by the drawbridge. So we got to head over to Heartwood and get ourselves some, what was it, office supplies? Yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed that it's going to be Utah, even if SES hasn't confirmed it. Monument Valley and Red Rocks, there's nothing more it could point to besides Utah. I would be very, very surprised if it's something different, but I mean, it's 99.99999% sure. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not even above the stop line there, and YRC, you better not the hell hit me. Oh, great. We got a nice little cluster in this intersection. Have a good one, Ron. We'll catch you on the flip-flop. have to take a look and see what that basketball guy was doing. If he actually makes a basket or dunks it or something like that. That's the first time I saw him there. I need to camp back there very quickly though, because I do want to see that. Oh, where the hell was he at? There he is. Ah, he doesn't shoot anything, he just sits there and dribbles. Oh, darn, that was boring. And how about that? Another blindside back into a dock. And we totally missed it. Hey Jesse, what's up today? Yes, as a matter of fact, I saw I was overweight on my first load today. It would help if you straighten out your wheel first, you idiot. Yep, now we're back to my regular back job here on blindsides, completely dumb and stupid. But there's no overweight fines. I was nearly about 82,000 pounds. I did get the green light, but it did not cost me any money. And before we get on out of here, let's go ahead and adjust my route. So we'll go this way. Well, where you set it, 356. Yeah, we're going to be going like 40 miles out of route, but no big deal. now there would not be a mechanism in the game, even if you were overweight, for you to be fined. Maybe sometime in the future that might happen, but I mean, I personally would love to see us to have a risk reward type system. If you are overweight, you do get the chance of being pulled in, but when you're overweight, you actually get fined for it, not given the green light. Hey, Angel, how's it going today? Thanks for joining in on the stream. Yeah, since I'm bored, you guys can already see I'm already past the 2.5 hour mark. Today's stream is probably going to be closer to right around 3 hours. I think this is one of the very few streams that I'm hitting every single state that we currently have in the same stream. Wouldn't saying hello to you count as that? This truck, it was brand new when we started the stream. We're at just about 1,930 miles. Kenyonville exit. That is the exit for the Seven Feathers Casino and Resort, or yeah, it's called Seven Features here, but the casino and resort is actually Seven Feathers. Somebody was a bad boy over there. What they should add in random events like that would be like a 50-ton wrecker, maybe a rotator sitting there with yellow lights going on, and maybe having the lines already attached up to the trailer, so they wouldn't be able to do it, but you have like a Jamie Davis kind of thing, a recovery thing going on. Bear with me here one moment, guys. Have like a Jamie Davis kind of thing, a recovery thing going on. Bear with me here one moment, guys. Yeah, no one's gonna talk to me like that on my channel, that's for sure. Well under the legal limit here. has any of you guys had any glitching with the drawbridge between Newport and Astoria? Let's just say it was quite vulgar, Thomas. I mean, more than likely you guys did not see it, but once I went to the channel and saw it, then you saw me remove all of that person's messages. Yeah, they literally just got banned from posting. Apparently that's a sign of getting popular, is that you have trolls visiting your channels. Attention seekers, Robert, that's all that they are after, and I'm not gonna give it to them. There used to be a bot running around on YouTube who would spam a website called Mafia Addict. Literally, I put in custom keywords for my chat that if any of that gets mentioned, it's like an automatic block. So, yeah, you will never see anything like that on my channels, at least. And also I have it to where only moderators and myself can post links. I mean, I could be a real dick if I wanted to and literally disable the chat, but I am not gonna do that. That's what my mama always taught me. If you can't say anything nice, don't say it at all. I guess I've been kind of lucky in a way that I haven't had a whole lot of that, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. is like this one here, they should change this light to where the green arrow and we would go green at the same time, since there's no left turn on the other side. Well, the most I ever had watching at one time was over 50, and that's because I got rated on Mixer. And right now, from what I am seeing between Mixer and YouTube, there's a total of 12 people watching. And one thing with YouTube's algorithm also, the more thumbs up a video gets on a live stream, the more it will be shown on YouTube's watch page also. So that's why, even though I don't mention to you guys for thumbs up or anything, I am not that way to be begging for that kind of attention. If you do want to give a thumbs up though, it definitely would be appreciated. Yeah, that's one thing. If someone comes in and the first thing they say is give me a shout out, I won't even acknowledge them or even mention their name. And it seems like common courtesies these days has gone out the window. One thing you guys will always see me doing is I try to always look in my right mirror, especially when going around turns. I will have a very good idea in my mind of where my trailer is, but then you look in your right mirror there and you will get to see exactly where you are. Some people love to cut corners in these trucks, and with the way that the tracking is on a trailer, you really cannot do that. And if you take even a special transport load as an example, that's something that's really wide that has that stinger on the back, you literally need to sometimes take as much room as you can get in order to get around a corner. Yeah, social media, don't use it. Basically, I did have a Facebook, but it was underneath my channel's name, Amazing ATS, and that literally got shut down. And the reason for that is I didn't register it under a business. I don't make money off of what I do. So, of course, there was no way for me to provide that information to Facebook. And I got an email out of the blue one day that they wanted my real name on the Facebook page. And it's like, nope, not going to do it. So, pretty much I deleted the account. And the funny part, speaking about swinging trailers wide, and no, it's not Swift swing wide, it's an effing trailer. When we were in school, one of our training things was we were pulling 48 footers behind a cab over. One of our testing things that we had was try to get as close to a cone going around a corner without actually touching the cone. The closest a person got that was in my class of about 15 or 20 was about 13, 14 inches. No one got inside 1 foot, and that was not me who got the closest. I was about 2 feet away. Yeah, my mom and my brother have Facebook, and even both my brothers do, but I do not, and there is a very specific reason I will not use my real name on Facebook, but I am not going to go into that. I think one of the first runs that I am going to take once I am outside of Washington, once I get it, is if I'm down in California in the LA area, I'm going to take a load up to the northernmost point in Washington and take the 101 the whole way. So that would mean the bridge that we're going to see in Columbia, not in Columbia, in Astoria, the one that goes across the Columbia River, that should be drivable once Washington gets released. Alright, the drawbridge is coming up here. Let's see if we're going to get stopped or not. Looks like we are. Is it going up or is it going down? Yep, it is going up. We are getting stopped. Damn it, I did not mean to disconnect my trailer. And there's no point in wasting fuel here either, so, yeah. Now, I wonder what would happen is if that drawbridge goes up and you're on it, does that turn phantom and you fall down into the river, or do you actually go up with it? Well, that's not Bubba. What should we call that guy? Maybe Larry or Fred? So that bridge right there that we are currently looking at, that bridge should be drivable once we get Washington. I do hope, because otherwise there's no connection on 101. 101's actually that bridge. Alright, we'll finish off the stream with another blindside, as much as I don't want to, but we're going to. Alright, we'll do my get out and look here. Alright, right on the other side of the truck, we're gonna go ahead and cut it in then. And cut it too soon. Alright, get straightened out and we'll be all set and ready. I do want to thank you guys for watching, taking names, and, well, let's see, hauling ass and taking names. I can't even remember what the hell I named the stream. But anyways, if you did enjoy today's content, make sure you leave a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please slap that red subscribe button. Want to get a notification? You enable those by clicking on the gray bell. Your support is greatly appreciated. As always, keep that shiny side up. Have a great rest of your Friday nights, and we'll catch you on the flip-flop.